This is the frontal bone, the zygomatic process, and the supraorbital foramen or notch. This is the left and right parietal bone, which is these two parts. This is the sagittal suture and the lambdoidal suture. This is the occipital bone, also can be seen right here on the bottom of the skull. This is the foramen magnum, the occipital, or the hypoglossal canal, so the pig's eyes. The occipital condyle is the pig's ears. The lambdoidal suture is what goes across this part right here. This is the temporal bone, squamous suture, squamous part because it's thin, the zygomatic process right here, the mastoid process, the styloid process, this is right there, the external auditory canal, and then on the inside the internal auditory canal. It's right there. And then this is the petrous part right there. On the maxillary bone, which is this whole area, there is the infraorbital foramen, the alveolar process, which is the gum line, and then there's the palatine process, which is the hard palate in the mouth, this part right here. On the mandible, which is the lower jaw, there is the mental foramen, the alveolar process, the condylar process, and the coronoid process. The ramus, which is the backside of the mandible, and the body of the mandible is this part. Mental foramen, condylar process, coronoid process, alveolar process, alveolar margin, body, ramus. The ethmoid bone, there is the cribriform plate, which is this whole area, which is has the nasal nerves, smelling nerves coming through. Cribriform plate, and the cristagalli is this part, the rooster's cristagalli. It's this part. If it comes up, if somebody hits you just right, it'll kill you. This is the ethmoid bone, the perpendicular plate, the superior nasal concha, and the middle nasal concha. Perpendicular plate, middle nasal concha, the superior nasal concha is up inside the head, not visible from the skull. The inferior nasal concha, which looks like little slippers, and the vomer, which is the bottom of the septum. It looks like a Nike symbol. This is the zygomatic bone right here. The saphenous bone can be seen from all parts of the skull. This is the pterygoid process, which is right here. The foramen rotundum, which is this hole right here. The foramen ovale and the foramen spinosum. Rotundum, the ovale, and the spinosum. The superior orbital fissures, which are the big slits right there, which is this part right here. The lesser wing and the greater wing, which can be seen. Lesser wing and the greater wing is this part here. Optical canal is this hole right here, which can be seen right here. from the front, it can be seen right here. So inside the eye, there's the optic canal, the superior orbital fissure is the top one, and the inferior orbital fissure is the bottom one. And then there's the lacrimal bone, which is this side right here, and the nasal bone right there. And then from the top of the skull, you can see the tuberculum sellae, which is the Turkish saddle. It's where the pituitary gland sits. The optic canal is this hole right here, and then the foramen lacrimen is right here. The foramen ovale lacrimen, ovale spinosum. And then this one right here is the jugular foramen. Of course, the foramen magnum. And this is the petrous part of the temporal bone. The internal acoustic canal is right here. And then this is the occipital bone. The parietal bone is over here. This part. This is the body of the cephenoid. The lesser wing is this, and the greater wing is this part. And then this is the frontal bone, the cristogali, the cribriform plate.